Hey everyone, D-Dub Squizzy here. Welcome back to Neverwinter Nights. There's Dark Tongue. Let's go, man. Oh, he sneak attacks. I didn't know that. I might lose this fight. If so, I'll have to use all my super buffs before. Yeah. Give me a second. Okay. So he is unpleasant. What's the duration on Sanctuary? Round a level. That's not super long. Might be long enough. I believe I did say it before, though. The Dark Tongue Breakbone was a actual serious threat. His guards, while they're decently strong, are nothing in comparison to how powerful he himself is. First time I fought him, he just mauled my character. Alright, survive this. What in the world was that? There was some kind of error when I killed him? What? No idea. He does always drop that hammer, so I guess he's wailing on you with a regular hammer, which means you can't pretend there's something special about him that's really doing that much damage. That's just how strong he is. I gotta give respect to Dark Tongue, you know. He's actually competent as far as killing goes. First time I played the game, I never even noticed him sitting at the inn, and he seemed to disappear pretty quickly, because I didn't go north first in my first game. I went south and then east. And so by the time I was going north, I mean, I don't know, he was gone pretty quick. I wasn't looking around a lot for other things to do. And so before I knew it, he was just out of the picture. And then all of a sudden I was getting attacked by this random dwarf I've never seen before, who's saying, you know, like, sorry, just business, not personal. I was like, what do you mean? Okay, so just some oxen. If you're evil, even if you're not evil and you want to, you can kill the oxen for some XP. Alright, so now we're at the Green Griffin Inn. Cult agents like Solomon and the... what was that girl's name? Jahil, I think. And then the people who tell you about Vardock, they can all be found here at times. Usually in the back door. So just a little curiosity.
Perish as you should.
It's a durable arm wire that's called a box. Alright, so here is Zamithra. She has one of the gems. Okay, so she's inviting me up to her room. Can't go down into the basement yet, but I'll deal with that eventually. You have to have a high enough charisma to convince her to do this, otherwise she'll bring up a random fighter from downstairs. So you go in, you wait for her to drop her armor, then you take the gem. She goes bonkers, attacks you, but she now doesn't even have her armor. Be careful, because that mace that she's got can stun you. And she's decently tough, but, you know, not tough enough. Now she's dead. If she brings up a fighter, you'll have to kill them both. You can also talk to her and avoid killing her, but I find her demeanor unpleasant. Alright, so we're gonna loot the rest of this inn. I think you can also just break into that room and steal the gem. But she's worth experience, so you want to get her involved. And I think if you attack her downstairs, you would have to tangle with the entire inn, which is definitely not what you want. There's some valuable stuff in that inn that you want to keep alive for the time being. But that's the last of the gems.
Taste of my wrath! Taste of...
Okay, the last room is not just a room. It's locked because in here is the Minotaur's ore, one of the other bounties. Oh wow. Oh wow, I failed. Okay. I am that, yes. I failed my concentration check, but I still have harm. He'll try to tell you he was forced to fight, kill the guy in self-defense or something like that. I don't want to hear it. Minotaurs are pretty much uniformly evil anyway. Even if he is telling the truth, that doesn't mean that he's not a dangerous monster. But on top of that, I don't trust him. Because everything aside from what these various criminals tell you... Oh, I don't want that. They are... like, every trace of them. Aside from the actual... you know, plea that they make when you knock them down to low health, just rings evil, sadistic, untrustworthy, and vicious. So, yeah, no. Okay, so now, since the fourth one is dead, he'll be panicking because Shaldrisa, his daughter outside, has disappeared. So he took the last ear, well, Zor's ear, and he said Yezgar is holding his daughter over in the Portlast mines, and that he was demanding a ransom, which had been paid, but he still hasn't turned her over. I guess he didn't want to send his men in because he thought Yezgar would kill her if he did. So I don't know what the difference is sending me in. They just wanted to have a conclusion of the quest, though. Which works for me. And then he gives you the key to the mines as well. There it is. Yezgar is not alone in there. It's like a little mini dungeon. Populated by some orcs and ogres, I think. Pretty sure they have a few ogres in there. I guess Yezgar got some tribe to help him out. I don't know, I never put much thought into it. They all die pretty quick anyway. Alright, now we use the key. Open this gate. So yeah, basic orc groups and some ogres. These ogres are funky though. Just look at their description screen. was hoping that would catch the shaman and possibly the ogre. But it was not meant to be. Alright, I was pretty sure there was a death chest in here, but I wasn't certain. Now I am. Not getting great tweaks against them. Some of this is probably trapped. Maybe not, though. I mean, this isn't like a big old dungeon or anything. It's just some orcs in a cave. There's a shaman sanctuary around here. Okay, there's a bunch of them left in here. Just for grins and giggles. If there was anyone in here who was going to make a save against that thing, it'd be the shaman. Given that it's still a will save somehow. He healed himself. Good for him. Alright, this here should be the last one. Alright, not certain if there are any more traps around here. Might as well be sure. There are not.
Let the earth take you.
Alright, so both of these little two doors here lead to Yezgar's final room. That's the last of his orcs. Actually, it isn't. I think he has two more at the entrance that spawn in after you enter the cave for some reason. I feel like they're supposed to be there when you first show up. But when you start to leave is usually when you encounter them. But as far as his actual defenses, all that he's got left is himself. He will also try to plead for mercy after you wail on him a bit. I'm gonna kill him anyway. You know, kidnapping a girl will definitely cause me to be merciless. So he's got 135 hit points. He's not even as strong as most of the bounty people. He was just the leader. Versus undead is +5. Okay, that's pretty cool. Oh, whoops. I have the key, right. See, that looks like it fits a cleric much better. Alright, so she's gonna go back to her dad. She's terrified. That whole big wide world that she wanted to explore, I think she never wants to leave the town again now. If you noticed, I have these Prison Blossom Seeds for Body Knock in my inventory right there. That's because I remembered a specific time when I had gotten about halfway through Luskin and remembered I had forgotten to go back and get all of the upgraded companion quest items. So I didn't want to forget again. So I'm just going to keep those there until the end, so that hopefully I won't forget. Yeah, here are those 2 orcs I was talking about. So for satisfaction's sake, I want to complete all of these big ol' major side quests in Chapter 2 at once. So now I have the final ear. I've got the final gem with me. There's one more book. And then there's 2 werewolves left. One of them is the Black Wolf, who you kill in town. But you have to get Carathis first. So I'm gonna go do the dungeon that the book is in. And then I can go deal with the werewolves. North Road is now completely cleared, though. Unless some more random wolves and goblins are spawning. Because the spawning's all weird out here. So the Amaskri Tome of Life is in the hands of a lich, who is one of the Arcane Brotherhood. And they buried him in like a tomb outside of Luskin. The undead in the graveyard around the tomb have all woken up. Because, you know, he's a lich. What in the world messed up that boar? He's fighting something. Alright, there's a bunch of zombies down there. That's all part of the tomb. Hit me because my AC was only 28. Sadly, once I reach level 15, the shield will be useless. Because it'll be +5 regularly then, whenever I enchant it. Well, that's the Luskin Sergeant who will let you into Luskin. If you want, you can kill all of them and take his key and let yourself in. I've done it before, but it wasn't just me walking up and attacking people. I had actually gotten into a bit of a scuffle with the guards earlier and killed them. So when I showed up there, the guy was already hostile. Alright. I don't know if I can actually completely destroy zombie warriors with turning. This will be a fun little learning experience. I can. Only a couple of them, but I can. That's awesome. Oh, and I killed one across the... I killed two behind that gate. Accidentally. So they'll try to bash down that door, and they'll succeed, given some time. First, I'm going to get the key to the tomb. You can threaten, kill, steal, buy, or possibly intimidate the key off of this guy. Or you can just lie to him. Alright, let's get inside. I want to see just how effective this spell is. Alright, not a lot. It's just some minor zombies. Since I'm gonna rest anyway, I might as well just exhaust all of my turning, making the fight as easy. Holy cow, the range on a turn is crazy. It's fun, though. It's super satisfying to just drop turns and watch zombies explode. It's even satisfying when they don't explode and they just fall over. It's one of my favorite things to do in Baldur's Gate and Icewind Dale and games like that. Just run around as a high-level cleric and watch undead detonate around you. Alright, so let's get some rest. This is a reasonably large dungeon. It seems larger as well, because there's a lot of tougher enemies in it. Between the skeleton lords and the... Or not skeleton lords, skeleton warriors and mummy and zombie lords and whatnot. So my armor class is 32 against the undead in there. Yep. Alright, those corpses, those will all be getting up as zombie warriors. I can use this to clear out a lot of the lower level zombies. It catches the ones that are just like the farthest away, so they'll break down that gate if you let them as well. Much more effective that time. Okay, there is the mummified hand for Grimnaw's quest. There's a skeleton warrior who will get up over here. I guess I should stop using turn on these weaker enemies. I'm not sure it'll work on the stronger ones, but I would like to test it against some skeletons, see if it'll wipe them out too. Oh, here's my opportunity. I get 3 skeleton warriors in a fight. Alright, it did not affect them. I was pretty sure it wouldn't. Skeleton warriors, despite being about the same, or 1 or 2 levels ahead of zombie warriors, in terms of how the game sees them, have a high hit dice in every game. They're always very difficult to turn. Fortunately, they don't have a lot of hit points in comparison. They don't have a lot of hit points, even though it seems like they do. And so a blunt weapon just dismantles them very quickly. Alright, so there's the mummy lord. He's got the key that lets you bypass the gate about halfway through the area. I don't know if you can break the gate down without the key or not. I always get the key anyway.
Take you.
It just calls him a mummy. The weirdest thing is, he looks like a mummy lord, and he has the picture of a mummy warrior, and his name is just a mummy. So take that as you will. Okay, we should kill the skeletons first, actually. They're the dangerous ones. Oh, that healed him. Fire really tears him up. Okay, I've got the key. He's got nothing else. Nice. I do like that they scripted the zombies to actually try to break the gate down. Same with the ones out in the graveyard, because it is what they would actually do, right? Oh, those are shadows. There we go. Okay, my strength is all good. Okay, so now I gotta go through the enraging process of getting through their stupid obscurity. There are 5 enemies attacking me on this little walkway. It's because I don't think the Shadow Fiends count as material objects, so other entities can enter the same space they're in, and several of them can share the same area. This little walkway here, I believe, is just for, like, grins and giggles. There's nothing important down this way. It's just some more enemies. There's a skeleton chieftain. They randomly get up from bones. So every time that these zombies get up, or zombies or skeletons, you can be fighting skeleton chieftains or zombie lords at any given moment. So just be aware that that is a possibility. Frankly, I prefer it when that's the case, because they don't really take me any extra time to beat, and they're worth XP. So there is one death chest in this tomb. And then there's another chest that won't instantly kill you, but I think it's got a nasty old poison trap on it. So I'll be disabling both of those. Surprisingly enough, the Lich doesn't actually utilize traps pretty much at all in its defensive setup. Alright, enough of this.
Taste of my wrath.
This thing's probably trapped too. That's a surprise. Guarded by a bunch of shadows, an A-lip, 2 skeletons. Yeah, I think they will try to break down that door, so I don't even need the key to get past it. But I think there are some areas, or another, like 2 porticuli that will block a direction from you. And you do need the key to get through that. I think. That gate must have, like, no damage resistance if they're even able to harm it. Alright, they're mostly regular zombies. So, you know, why waste a turn on them when you can just mow through them? I only have one turn left. I would like to take that feat extra turning, but I just get so few feats that whenever I do get one, I have to spend it on something truly essential. Alright, so there's a Mummy Lord over there. Yeah, those doors. I don't think you can bash those doors open or pick the locks. You might be able to pick the locks. I'm not sure. Ooh. Yes, please. Yeah, see? No more feats. You know, let's go with a sound burst. It'll hurt me if it catches me in it, so let's just make sure it doesn't do that. Neutralize poison, no doubt. 7th, yes. Aura of Vitality is awesome. Destruction is awesome. Yeah, I'll take those. So Aura of Vitality. All allies within the area receive +4 bonus to Strength, Constitution, and Dexterity. So it's like a beefy upgrade. I think it's around a level, right? Yes, so it's like the others. Fortitude save or die. Successful saves still result in the taking of 10d6 points of damage, and it's magic damage. It is a very dangerous attack spell. I've got another zombie lord over here. There's the death chest I was talking about. And I think there's a few other chests, or traps up there, like around it. I wouldn't swear to that, but I'm pretty sure. That's a nasty one, too. Like, all of those chests are unpleasant. By this point in the game, though, with, you know, 150 hit points, you can still tank them pretty effectively. Plus, you have the ring that'll negate 15 of all the elemental damage, which most of them use. Yeah, there's one on the ground. But that chest right there, I mean, this thing deals like 130 damage if you aren't maxed out. I've died to this thing at the end of Chapter 2. Another Mastery Shield. A lot of Enchanted Tower shields they throw my way. Alright, I think there's another chest on this, or a trap, right here. Yeah, that's a poison trap. Alright, so let's see if you can bash this open or not. I'd like to know, just for curiosity's sake. Nope, barred from the other side. If you don't have the key, you don't get to open it. So you do have to kill that zombie. No, you don't have to kill the mummy. The key was in the chest. But you should probably kill the mummy anyway. And he's fast. See if I can obliterate this last party of them. The Lich's chamber is just in the next room. So it looks like he's got some random zombies that spawned in. Then he has like an actual... I don't know, the lineup he has up here is pretty cool. So 2 zombie lords flanking him, a skeleton warrior, a priest, and a mage. And there he is, Brother Toros. I'd prefer to antagonize him last. Oh, really? Right. They had Spell Mantle on. Alright, now I just gotta chew my way through 2 zombie lords. I don't feel like they're worth enough XP to justify how long it takes to kill them. Alright, so this fight should be quick. I've got a heal spell with his name on it. Oh, you jerk. Now kill him. He took out all of my enhancements. Except for negative energy protection. Now I've got the last of the 5. And that Lich is worth 600 experience. 600, I believe, is the max amount that the first game will give you for killing any one enemy, which means he was rated as high a level, or as high a challenge rating on the impossible spectrum that the game would allow. Alright, well, crypt clear. That wasn't too bad. Did I loot that body? I did not. I thought I had forgotten about that. Alright, well, I want my enhancements to deal with Carathis. Plus, there's some bears and stuff between me and his cave. Alright, so that leaves only one actual dungeon left in the game, which is Mutimin's Challenge. Man, I tell you, that thing is a whole ordeal. I looted this, yeah. A harm spell should be able to get Carathis to a point of pacification. See, that thing's got the actual dire bear picture. All the others we've encountered thus far have not. All the dire animals have that, like, orange background. At least they're supposed to. Oh, they're only giving me 4 experience now. That's unfortunate. But there's a few wolves. This is the Black Wolf's Den where Carathis and the boys all got turned. And Carathis won't be here until after you have found the other boys. It's just another reason to do this portion of the North Road last.
Taste of my wrath.
guys come attack me over here, so I'm not fighting a werewolf while I'm fighting you. Alright, there he is. So let's just harm him. Alright, so now I have his journal, where he had penned that it was Alhalor that had turned him, the anti-lycanthropic goods guy. He's now going off to do penance or whatever, because he failed. That journal is what you give to Nurik. Let me run out of here back to the Green Griffin Inn. That way I don't have to do that later. So Alhalor in Black Wolf form, he's pretty strong. But he likes to cast magic for a few rounds. Usually. He might not this time, but he usually does. And if he does, that puts him at a severe disadvantage. Because when people are busy trying to cast stuff, I generally knock them out of it, and then I can just wail on them while they're occupied. Alright, so let's head back. Alhalor will be gone when you come in here. Ander will tell you where he went, though. He tells you that he's over at his house. Which, if you had gone in previously, would have already raised a lot of suspicions. The whole thing is derelict, filled with bones and blood, smells of death, and has a strange altar on it, or in it.
You have a keen nose to attract me. Just leave me alone!
Oh, it's divine damage. It used to be magical. And he's not casting. It's friggin' tough. But he doesn't seem to be doing a whole lot of damage. I'm definitely not getting attacks of opportunity against him. Dead. And I'll take his tooth as proof. For anyone that might be wondering about that, so if you remember, Ballard over there, he wanted me to go cure the Spirit of the Wood, but I never went to him for a reward afterwards. He really just directs you to a wheel and gives you nothing later. So don't try to get a reward out of him afterwards. I forgot to say that earlier. Alright. That is the Mastery Tome quest finished. Doesn't look like she gave me any special items for it. It feels like a rather informal quest.
It's finally over. Nurik said it. How do you do? How do you do?
Alright, he's got all his gems, now he's leaving. If you're evil, feel free to kill him if he doesn't give you enough. That's a good belt. The immunity to poison is very handy.
Hey, I'll take.
Alright, his daughter's back here. I think she changed her look, too. She doesn't look the same. And that is all of the side quests. There is one side quest left in the game, and then all the companion quests. It's worth a lot of XP. Oh, I meant to sell my stuff. I do have to do that. I wish the Grove wasn't all the way across town. It's so annoying to have to run all the way over there every time. Did the sun just rise? All the music just changed, and the ambient sounds from night to day. Yosgar had 2 keys that he had made for that one cell in the mines. I don't know how he made 2. I'm also not entirely clear on where I got the second one. If you notice, the game takes kind of a second to process every time I sell him a reagent. Or really anything that goes in the miscellaneous tab, except for books. Books go there with no problem. But gems, healer's kits, these tools, and reagents all seem to take a little more time. That's because if you go over to the reagent tab, he's got 9 pages. Because there's just so much stuff that you end up finding that goes in here. If you sell him all the things, which I always do. I'm not even completely done yet. There are reagents in the other chapters lying around in places, but nothing compared to the number of them you get here. By every direction you go, there will be an enemy, a large number of enemies, and each one will drop a reagent of some kind. You know, the ettercaps, the sloths, the gargoyles that are down in that place, all of the fairies in the Neverwinter Wood. Usually, if you're lower level, there will be a lot more fire beetles in Karlat's portion of the tower, so you'll find a bunch of those down there. Okay, so that only leaves Mutiment's challenge left in the game. That'll be what we're doing next episode. We'll be trying to clear out the whole thing. And then once that's done, that'll be it. We'll be ready to move on to Luskan. So, that is it for this one. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one.